Hi, I'm Gary Bembridge of Tips for Travelers. In this video, I'm going to take you through the must-see and must-do things in Tanzania. I came to Tanzania expecting to see incredible things, and it just completely exceeded my expectations. So in this video, I'm going to recommend the things that I think you should absolutely include in any visit to Tanzania. So let's go take a look at my recommendations, which I filmed as I toured around the country. And so here I am in Ngorongoro, which is actually a conservation area. And let me explain the difference between a conservation area and a national park. Conservation area basically means that humans and animals can live in the area. National park is for animals only. So Ngorongoro Conservation Area is about 160 kilometers from Arusha, and it's a very magical place. So the actual conservation area includes a couple of things, including about 80,000 Maasai people who live here. But the most significant part of Ngorongoro is the crater. It's the world's largest unbroken caldera in the world. It's basically a huge open amphitheater. The walls are 600 meters high. There's 260 kilometers squared inside. It's basically a big flat area. It has open grasslands, it has swamps, it has lakes, both fresh and salt water lakes. But what's really amazing about this place, which was created from a volcano, is that it's home to up to 30,000 animals at any one time. You can see the big five here. So on the day that we visited, we got to see 4 of the big 5. So we saw elephant, we saw rhino, we saw buffalo, and we saw lion. The only one we didn't see was leopards. What's amazing about Ngorongoro, it feels like someone's just gone and sprinkled animals everywhere. In some parts, everywhere you look, as far as you can see, there are animals. There are zebras, wildebeest, gazelles, ostriches, warthog. We saw so many animals, just incredible scenes of animals in groups, in herds, huge migrations of animals. It really was incredible. So that's in Ngorongoro. It is definitely an absolute must do. Here I am in the Serengeti. This is another of must-do things to see and do in Tanzania. So the Serengeti is an amazing place. It's over 13,000 square kilometers large, and it is probably the foremost national park in the world. Now, Serengeti in Swahili, the local Tanzanian language, means endless plains that stretch right up to the sky. And it is incredible because it's a huge, vast, flat plain. It's particularly renowned for the migration, which happens wherein you have 1 million wildebeest, a couple of 100,000 zebras, a couple of 100,000 gazelles, and animals just moving from the dry part of the country to the wetter part of the country to find food, water. It was created in 1951. It's Tanzania's oldest national park. So the great thing about the Serengeti is that you will get to see the big 5. Now, in one day, I saw 4 of the big 5. So I saw elephant, buffalo, lion, and leopard. Didn't see rhino. But on top of that, we also saw so much wildlife. We saw huge amounts of hippos. We saw gazelles everywhere, wildebeest, zebras, baboons, monkeys, giraffe. Pretty much every animal you name, we could see. So there you have it. That's the Serengeti, an incredible place to visit within Tanzania, and probably one of the most famous places in the world to go. It is an absolute must-do. So here I am in the Tarangire National Park, which is 120 kilometers from Arusha, 160 kilometers from the Kilimanjaro airport, so very convenient if you're flying in from there. It's actually the 6th largest park within Tanzania and was the 5th to be opened after independence from Britain. This actual national park was established in 1970. In terms of big attractions, there's lots of baobab trees everywhere. And also what's very important about this particular park is in the dry season, it's a real magnet for animals because of the Tarangire River. So during the dry season, roughly from July to September, it's very difficult for animals to find water, but the river keeps flowing. And so a lot of the big animals that have left during the wetter seasons, when they move to other parts of the country where they can get, great vegetation, they tend to migrate back here. So it's particularly good to come here within the dry season. So this is Tarangire National Park. It's a beautiful park and definitely one of the must-do things. Another must-do thing, and I strongly recommend you do this if you're on a first-time visit, is to go to a Maasai Village. Now, the Maasai people, you'll see them as you travel around Tanzania, and they're very distinctive. They're wearing cloth robes, often in red, blues, etc. But they are really the indigenous people and a very important tribe within Tanzania. And across the country, you can go to different villages which help explain some of the heritage, the history and the way the people live. The one I actually went to was near Ngorongoro, and at the village you'll see some traditional dancing and singing. They show you how they make fire without using any sort of combustibles, no matches, etc. They also then show you the houses, how the houses are made. You go to see inside a house, and then also you go to visit the school, and then you get a chance to buy some of the very beautiful craft work. The great thing about going to Maasai Village is you get a real sense and understanding of the Maasai people of Tanzania, and also you give a chance to give back to the community. So there's a couple of ways you could see these must-see things. You could do what I did, which is go on a tour which included all of them. So I went with Titan Travel, and they had a tour called The Wild Plains of Tanzania, and we went to all of these places, and all the stuff that I videoed and talked about were seen and done on that particular tour. Or you could of course do them as individual tours. What's important to note is you do need to go into all of these places in a 4x4, so you will need to book either a whole package tour or individual tours to each of these places. So there you have it. Those are my tips, advice and recommendations on things to do if you're in Tanzania. I'd love it if you liked the video, and very importantly, please subscribe to the Tips for Travelers channel and get more travel inspiration, advice and tips.